Hi guys, Paul here.
With Mike.
PABrewNews. Another one from the New Trail Brewing Company from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, with a Williamsport. And this is Double Broken Heels, Double Hazy IPA. Now they have other ones. The regular Broken Heels is a non-hazy, which I'm surprised this one is hazy. They usually slam out their doubles. I've said that 100 times. You've heard that 100 times. There's also a triple Broken Heels that I'd like to trip, but that might be only brewery only. You know, I know they do a lot of the brewery only kind of stuff. So, let us delve into this hazy bitch. So, 9.2 alcohol by volume. The hops are Citra and Mosaic, which I know I love. Those are like probably two of the most famous hops as far as I know what people love. Citra and Mosaic just runs right out of people's mouths very easily. I don't know what date this is. They don't do any can-on date, unfortunately. Pack the Essentials, aka beer. And high aromatics, so there you go. High aromatics, whatever that means. It's going to be aromathied.
Well, as soon as I opened it, I got a little whiff.
You got a little high aromatic hit you in the face?
So
I think there was actually tasting notes on there, but for some reason the tasting notes wasn't highlighted. It was high aromatics, just shoved right in your face. So label out, we're going to do a left-hand pour on this hazy bitch.
And super out.
And it is...
I think it was going to be hazy just from when I was looking at the can.
It is hazed. Hazed for days. Let me see, it's unclear. Actually, this is unclear for years. This is hazed for days, unclear for years. This is chicken stock. Look at that, chicken gravy.
Dude, you can smell it.
Dude, you can really smell it. And it is highly aromatic. So, I mean, we'll just call that right now. This is just basically like a banana milkshake. This is really nice. Nicely hazed. White head.
It looks like bad pineapple juice.
There you go. Earthy. There's a shit ton of earthy pepperiness. A hint of a slightly herbaceous tonality. Grapefruit out the fuck. A pineapple.
It smells kind of juicy.
It does smell like juicy. It's piffy grapefruit, pineapple, tangerine almost.
Yeah. It's that Citra hops coming.
Yeah, fuck. But a lot of earthy pepperiness and the floral tonality wafting through this bitch. Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess we're going to go tip it too. Cheers. I got the head this time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sweet, but nice sweet. It's like dried. It's like dried grapefruit though. Apricot, and like it's one of those dried bags of fruits almost that you get, like the like you get like a piece of orange that's dried.
It's kind of odd because I was really expecting, and I know it doesn't say juicy IPA or anything on it, but I was expecting it from the nose on it, and it just is not. There's some canned grapefruit, light tropicals.
Was it? Well, it's got these beautiful citrus tones wafting through it, but it has that kind of like when you dry out fruit and it emphasizes the sugars in it. Is that candied? That's not candied, but it's like that kind of like that dried, where it has that emphasized sugar kind of component. Like it was like, wow, okay, that's pineapple. Okay, that's tangerine. That's apricot, like you said. Okay. But it does have a distinct piffiness still from the grapefruit. It has that little that herbaceous tonality I don't notice so much.
There is like on the nose, it's so weird. And I don't know if it's because it's from the Oktoberfest left over in the cup or something in the glass, but there's almost like a... Do you remember when we had when we were down in like Kentucky area and we had that layer cake, that white can with the chocolate cake on it? I don't remember what the hell it was. But like it has that like
I mean that auto one.
Maybe, I don't know. But like I keep getting like a slight whiff of chocolate for some reason.
Really?
I don't know why.
Yeah, but the Oktoberfest didn't have any chocolate.
I know, that's why I'm confused. Or maybe not chocolate, but like maybe it's like a white chocolate. Maybe it's the sweetness or something.
I don't know. I think there's lactose sweetness coming out of here.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I don't know if there's lactose in this, but it has like a
oat. I don't know. It just confused me.
It has like an oat milk lactose tonality out of it. Let's see. Uh, ooh, Jack and shit. Jack left town. It says Citra Mosaic. It says notes of candied. Oh, sorry, not candid. Like surprise. No, Ooh, can't talk. Candied grapefruit. Okay, candied grapefruit. I was thinking more like the candied the other fruits, not so much grapefruit.
You know, it's not as tart. Like it's
I see, because
the grapefruit flavor in it is not like a real tart grapefruit.
No, but it's zippy, piffy, but not tart.
You get that
but
grapefruit flavor without that.
The fruits that I do get, the light tropicals that they're talking about, that's where I get more of that dried component, like dried fruit, which is really sweet and very nice. It doesn't tell me. I was hoping it would tell me the grain bill, because sometimes they do that. It doesn't tell me the grain bill. I like that. It says Loyalsock that way, Susquehanna River that way, PA Grand Canyon that way, because it's PA, baby.
What's the gravity on it?
The gravity. The gravity is 1.2. So there you go.
Do they actually have that listed?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that have like original gravity, final gravity. I'm like, are these brewers?
You remember, like there used to that was the big thing like years ago. Like people would be like, "What's the gravity on it?" I'm like, you're pretentious. Shut up.
Yeah. Are you a brewer? I didn't think so. Oh, you gonna put out your fucking.
That's how I judge my beers. Get the hell out of here, man.
So you're. I was gonna say, like, the thing is, a lot of it is attenuation with the gravity.
Yeah.
So if the original gravity was this and attenuated this, it's gonna show you an alcohol content more so than anything.
Well, you're not tasting the gravity really. Like,
I mean, I have hydrometers at the house, but
I mean, maybe there's other beer people that can taste what gravity something is brewed at. Like,
I can't.
I don't know.
I brew beer and I can't.
I don't know how that's a thing.
It's a
thing? Why are you asking? I don't know.
Well, the other thing is they're going to say how much residual sugar is left. Well, I mean, a lot of it is like how much residual sugar is left in the beer so to give it a body. But you know what? Drink it and you're going to find out.
You know, honestly, like my thing is does it taste good?
Yeah, that's
like I like. Don't get me wrong. Like I like I get this notes and these notes and I like these hops and I like this maltiness or I like this or I like that.
Does it taste good?
But at the end of the day, it's do I want to drink this beer?
Yeah, but at the same time too, like you know how I like big ABV stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't want to drink a beer that is high ABV that tastes like cheap vodka.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you know what I mean? Yeah, it still has to taste good. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Lacing.
Oh.
Lacing.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what though, they were not lying about the hazy portion.
I will say.
Oh, look at that! I got sediment in the bottom of mine.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
Whoa, that was a big deal back in the day too. There's a lot. Look.
Oh yeah, I know. I always roll mine because of the amount, but there's still some in mine too. Look, I rolled mine and there's still a bunch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I will say.
Well, these glasses are really old and I haven't washed them.
Oh, both. But I will say New Trail kind of did it again with the double hazies. I mean, they just make good fucking beer. They just make good beer.
It's good. It's not overly bitter with.
And the thing is, I wasn't a fan of Broken Heel. I am not a fan of New Trail's what do they call that? Core range, I will say. I like their experimental stuff. I like their new releases. I like the Haze Bomb, DIPAs, triple IPAs. I'm not a big fan of their hazy IPAs. But it is interesting to see this. I was actually hoping, though, that Double Broken Heel was not hazy. I wanted to see what their huge non-hazy beers would taste like. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe the triple one.
Well, they made a beer. I don't know if I gave you one. It was called Brighter Days. It was a non-hazy IPA, and it was glorious. The haze wasn't covered there to cover anything up, and it was just, You know what I mean? I was like, I want a double or triple version of that. You know what I mean? If I could get a double or triple version of Brighter Days, non-hazed, I would say it would almost beat like a Firestone Walker Double Jack. And that's like one of my favorite double IPAs ever. So, I mean, fresh anyway. But, I don't know. It's just, there's so many, I don't know, it's the beauty and excitement of trying beer and exploring and trying new things and reviewing stuff. It is glorious. And I've done it for 9 years. I'll do it for another probably at least a day.
So we don't.
Till we can't drink no more.
So that's when we're dead.
Then when we're dead. Then when we're dead. Now sing me a song.
No, this is pleasant.
It's extremely.
It's pleasant.
Can you tell it's 9?
No.
No. It is extremely approachable, drinkable. Again, but it's just tasty as fuck.
I'm always so used to like my 9 like the once it starts getting in the 9 range, I'm always used to like Belgian styles that are like that.
You're in the quad territory, is what you're saying, yeah.
And
Belgian strong,
those have such a distinct flavor.
But they don't hide their ABV.
No, they do not.
Yeah.
And
I don't understand the ability of craft beer to hide ABVs when traditional beers can't.
And I don't know if it was because of what I like, because I got into Weyerbacher first when I started drinking like the really bigger style things.
Right.
And we were talking about that a little bit earlier off camera, and I don't know if it's from drinking those first, but I always have this association with if it's like 9 or more, I'm going to taste the alcohol.
Right.
I'm going to taste, and like I always expect to have, because I was drinking a lot of Belgians at the time.
Of course, and Belgians don't hide their ABV.
No, and I like Belgians a lot, but you're absolutely right. They do not hide their ABV. You can taste the burn. You can feel it, the heat, and I've come to like, it's like a bad habit, I suppose. So when I see like this and it's like 9.2 when I drink it and like not tasting it at all, I'm like, that's crazy to me.
Just a little bit
reason.
ago, I drank Lake from New Trail Brewing Company, and it was over 11 or something like that. And I go, nope, like 4 or 5. It's stupid. It's stupidly drinkable. But craft beer, and I use that as an umbrella term. Craft beer has this amazing way of hiding the ABV that I just don't understand.
They really do.
Now, we're not talking about 16% barrel age stuff.
Yeah, like
the barrel will bring out the ABV.
Yeah. And honestly, even if you drink, and I don't even know if there is one really, maybe like Innocent Gun, but like something that's a little lower ABV for a barrel aged, any kind of barrel aged drink, you still get that. The alcohol flavor from just the barrel. The barrel,
yeah.
The barrel just does
it. The barrel will always emphasize the fact that it's boozy.
And even when it's not, but like I said, like I don't think Innocent Gun is particularly high ABV, especially for a barrel aged thing. But like you still get that.
But
flavor.
Here's the thing: is if you took BCBS out of the barrel, if you took Founders KBS, which is still surprisingly drinkable. If you took that out of the barrel, you wouldn't tell that it's the ABV it is. It's amazing. The only thing that is telling you that it's the ABV is the barrel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Craft beer, I've had so many plus 11% Imperial Stouts that you go, nope, don't get that. Nope, I don't get that. But once you put the barrel in, that's when you get a little burn here. That's when you get this happening.
And I may have mentioned on this channel before, and I know I've talked to you about before, but when I had the Trogs, I got a private tour of Trogs one time, and they let us sample a Mad Elf Trogs. They let us sample. This is when they're in their old facility before they moved to Hershey.
Yeah.
We had went and they took us on a big tour, and then they let us get loaded. And they were like, "Hey, do you want to try this stuff? We brewed a specialty beer for a beer event out in Penn State, and we took our Mad Elf and we aged it in bourbon barrels, and we only got like a very incredibly limited amount of it. And they're like, "Would you like to try it?" And we were like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah.
And they gave it to us in snifter glasses and everything, and I'm gonna tell you something. That was wild.
Yeah.
Like, because it was straight up Mad Elf, but you could get that bourbon.
I had what did I have? Bourbon barrel aged Flying Mouflon. Yeah, and that was good. A bit thin. I'll tell you what. The bourbon barrel aged, Bach, double Bach, the Stroganator.
Yeah,
that was disappointing. Because it was super thin. Like they did,
which is funny because Stroganator is fine by itself.
No, it's fine by itself. It's boring, but it's fine. But the problem is you can't put that in a barrel because you need to brew. Like if I'm going to brew Stroganator for a barrel, you should obviously like double this or double that to make it bigger enough to. Because like if they made like double, like call it double Stroganator or whatever you want to call it, and throw that in a barrel. You'd be on point with some crazy shit. But they just threw regular Stroganator in a barrel and ruined it, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and and it's kind of sad because Stroganator, I know we're getting way off of
like Imperial,
course
like
for New Trail
the
stuff,
Impending Descent was a really great barrel aged beer, but it was still a bit thin because they don't. Trogs is one of those brewing companies, and so is New Trail, by the way. Fuck you and your Moonlight series. Fuck you. They were all thin. They were all flat. You don't know how to fucking do a better job, you piece of shit.
You're just talking them up.
Yeah, but fuck you. I said they do their hazy doubles. I always said they have lacking on their dark beers.
I wish some other companies would do this, because they don't as far as I'm aware. But one thing I've always loved about Trogs, and I'm not sure if Trogs even still does this. I hope to God that they do. But they used to have their Scratch series.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they still do it or not.
I think they do.
I haven't been to Trogs in a
my
long
buddy
time.
has gone down a couple of times, and the Scratches are still on tap.
But if you're not from this area, or you've never really gone to Trogs, you're visiting and you want to check out Trogs, they do what's called the Scratch series. And it's they let their brewers just kind of like make a beer, give it a shot, whatever you want to do, and then they small batch it, and they sell it right at the Trogs brewery. And it's the only place you can get it, and it's a limited run just until it is out. And I've had some really, really awesome beers out of the Scratch series. Years ago, there was a Trogs taste test down at Clancy's. And I know we're getting really far off topic for New Trail. But
Cuvée.
They had a Belgian quad.
Oh, yeah.
And we went there, and my buddy was running the event and everything, and I was like, yeah, I started with a Dreamweaver, and then I had like this and that and this and that. And then he's like, why don't you try this Belgian quad? And I'm like,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
sure. Like, I'm only like 5 years in, like, and I've been like, I'm in it, like, sure. And I drank that, and it was really good, and I'm really drunk.
It really fucked you up.
Really fucked
I
me
like
up.
that. I have a Belgian quad at the house that I brewed a long time ago, and it's I think there's bourbon in it as well. But it developed a krausen, which is a layer of film on the top about that thick, and I went, that doesn't seem right, and I just never touched it, and it's still sitting there. It's been sitting there in the bottle for years, just waiting to get racked off, put in the glasses, and like to.
Yeah, I'll let you drink it first, and you can.
And I'm like,
try it.
I'm like, should I? So the problem is, I did the same thing recently. I had it in my fast ferment. I made a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout, and I was like, my back blew out where I couldn't pick it up because obviously your back blew out, and it sat there for months and months and months. And I was like, and it was varying degrees of heat, because seasons change.
And that's really,
well, Jill was over, and we were cleaning out the house. We were helping, and I was like, I'll just dump this out. I cracked that thing open and I dumped it out. And as soon as I stopped dumping out, the most beautiful smelling imperial stout came out.
Did you stop?
No, I kept going. It was like,
should be like, whoa!
No, I just went.
Put a glass in real quick.
I went gravity. Gravity took it over, and I'm like, no! Like the most beautiful, magical imperial stout came out of that thing, and I was like, I should have. No! So that makes me now think about that quad going,
maybe I'll slow down on that.
It might be a sour quad, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad quad. You know what I mean? It's like, calm down a little bit, buddy. But like, that was 5 gallons, at least 5 gallons of imperial stout that smelled absolutely fucking magical that I just wasted. And that is not a good thing.
No, it is not.
No, it is not. But here's a cuvee. We're going to call this... October Broken.
October Heels.
October Heels. We're on the heels of October,
I'm just doing
that actually worked pretty well.
Straight up.
So
no, it's I like it.
Let's just see what
like
October Heels tastes like.
I like it. As a side note, we did have
smooth as fuck.
My buddy did try the Oktoberfest from New Trail, and he's just a kind of a general beer drinker guy, and he did really enjoy the Oktoberfest.
Take a sip of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Get an idea. Sense. Now what? October Heels. What do you think about October Heels? Smells similar, but different. Smooth as fuck, though. Takes the harshness out of the...
That's right through that.
Yeah,
IPA.
it takes that earthy pepperiness of the hazy double and smooths it out, and you just go, oh. but it doesn't add any flavor at all.
No, it takes the flavor away. Actually.
It takes the flavor. It cuts the flavor. It's the weird. It doesn't add to it. It just whoop, cuts it right through. It's weird.
No, this is
It's pretty good. I like New Trail. Again, fuck you, because I spent a lot of money on your barrel aged Moonlight case, and they were all garbage pretty much. And I did them on the channel, so you get at my video. If you want to anger it, watch the vanilla Moonlight on my barrel aged vanilla Moonlight.
I probably would have liked it.
No, I still have a bottle.
You bring it over. I'll give it a whirl.
Oh, give it a whirl. It's great. It's awesome. I still have a bottle.
You start the camera and then just walk off and let me do it.
I will. I'll let you do it. Actually, we'll do that next week or whatever. Whatever day we have. Well, you're coming to the party tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring it to the party.
Yeah, bring it to the party.
You can do it at the party. We're gonna. My daughter is gonna be turning 13. I'll have a teenager in the house, so we'll do that. I'll bring it over and he can.
Yeah.
Perfoo away.
Perfoo away.
Perfoo. And I'm going to take another sip of this.
Nothing like getting messed up at a 13-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah, that is what you do. Well, that's what the good uncles do. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is really good. I actually really like this too. But I'm going to say that beer right there we just drank is another 9 out of 10. They do really good job, man.
I was going to give a 7.5 or an 8.
7.5 or 8? Like, yeah, so 8.5.
I'll go 8.
8.5.
Yeah,
8.5 is a good score. I mean, they do good fucking...
Very solid.
The Hazy doubles are fucking on point. They're on point.
They are on point. And if you like a Hazy, it's a good Hazy.
And if it's a little bit too rough for you, buy a 4-pack of fucking Oktoberfest and just mix it.
And it doesn't smack you in the face with the hazy flavors that you usually get whipped with. Like
that. There are so many beers, and I'll use this. This is a long review, but it's fine. Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. Mm-hmm. They make a lot of milkshake-based beers and whatever you want to call them, smoothie beers. But the Hazy just comes off as damp, musty, wet.
That happens a lot of times.
It does.
And like, don't get me wrong, there is a certain time and place where I like that. I know Stone had made one years ago, and I tried it, and it was a really earthy, just like dirt IPA. And I took the first couple of drinks and I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah, right.
And then by the end of it, I was like, I kind of want another one.
Yeah. Well, apparently Stone has a new triple IPA out right now.
Okay.
And I haven't found it. But if I do, I'm gonna get it. But it's gonna be an earthy, bitter, dank West Coast bitch.
It depends on what
I like that.
And that's just the funny thing, honestly, about kind of beer in general, is it also depends on what kind of mood you're in, what kind of thing you want at the time.
That's the thing is, like, remember, I had a rant about this. I don't know if you watched, but you should definitely watch because I swear a lot. Because 6 Point made anti-resin. Mm-hmm. Anti-resin is supposed to be 0 IBUs. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, so we pussify everything. Make it juicy. Can't have any bitterness. And I was like, well, remember beer back in the day where that's that's all they wanted. They wanted 500 IBUs, 1,000 IBUs.
Past which you can even taste.
Yeah, I know. And just...
you got 12 million IBUs. Like, you can't taste
You can't even taste
you
that.
don't even know.
Yeah, you don't know. But it was just fun to have a big ranty review about how beer has changed. And beer does change. Here's the thing is, if I find Stone... that triple IPA that they just released, I'm going to buy 2 6-packs because I'm going to drink one myself in a sitting, because if it's as bitter as I hear it is, I'm going to want it.
I want to get another case of 11, or at least
if we could find another.
If anybody out there
I know
is watching
this might be a bad idea, but if you're willing to go with me, he'll give me a good price. But if you're willing to go halfsies, we'll go up there. I know where there's a case, 2 cases of like 15, 16, maybe even like 14 anniversary beers from Stone.
Yeah, we should go check that out.
And they're all like double IPAs though. They're Imperial IPAs.
They're 11. I loved it. It was the first time I experienced a beer, and maybe somebody else has done it before this, but it was the first time I personally had experienced a beer that was made with like jalapenos and stuff. Yeah,
peppers and chilies.
And I was not a fan initially, but I had like 3 of them at the house at the time.
We did one on the channel.
I think I brought it over.
Yeah.
And that was way
That was the one I bought for you.
Yeah, that was way back. Yeah, that might have been. and it was way back. But you know, I had a couple of those, and at first I was like, what the hell? Like I wasn't expecting it at all, and then as I got into it, I was hooked. And that leads me to we should also really get up to Cunningham Brewing Company.
Yep.
And get a case of their jalapeno lager.
That's in Bloomsburg. You can buy it.
We should definitely do that because I think that is one that
there's a new place called Bloomsburg.
I've had it.
It's right over there.
Delightful.
It's near the Capitol Theater. It's right next to it. They sell that jalapeno lager.
Oh yeah, that new place.
Stop in there and pick up a 4-pack.
Yep.
Stop in there and pick up a 4-pack.
Yeah.
And we'll review on the channel.
I'll try and grab that tomorrow.
There you go. If we do that, we'll do that. You just had a jalapeno lager from Missing Link.
Yeah, when I went to Missing Link.
And you like that too?
I did like that too. That was a jalapeno wheat, I think, actually,
jalapeno
which was kind of interesting. Cause I
even more robust than the lager.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting with the wheat beer.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. But we're gonna say
it's a bit long.
We're gonna say, oh no, it's fine. We had a beer talk.
Yeah,
it was all beer talk.
It was all beer talk.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But Neutral, good. The
double. Yeah, it's good. 8.5 overall. We're gonna throw the Oktoberfest in that 7 category again.
Yeah.
In that overall 6.57. And yeah, until then, I'll put my dick away. It's okay. You can come in. And then this has been Paul
with Mike.
PA Brew News, baby. We're gonna be back with some movie reviews. Maniacs Meet Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take my shirt off and I'm gonna paint myself in red like a devil. All right.
I'm gonna cry in the corner while he does it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep like tonight after I masturbate, like I usually do. Anyway, this is Paul
and Mike.
Cheers. Bye bye. Watch that finger.